welcome to day 11. Had a bit of a sleep in this morning till about 8:30. Lovely day in Alice Springs yesterday, really enjoyed it. There was a couple of little surprises, the park that you would have seen in the video, and also the Anzac Memorial up on the hill overlooking town. A couple of nice little things to do just right in town there, you know. Just turned onto the Plenty Highway now. Reading up on it last night, I believe there's about 100 k's of sealed road, and I think the remaining 490, I think it was possibly, are a dirt road. So we'll have to see what the conditions look like along the way. I did jump on the Northern Territory Roads website and the Queensland Roads website. There were no warnings or restrictions, and the sign back where we entered just a moment ago said that all the roads were open. There was a caution on the part of the road approaching the Queensland border, just saying to take care. So I'm not sure if that is always there or if it's something that is just warning you that conditions are slightly dicey. I guess we'll see as we head along the way. I'm now 210k outside of Alice Springs. So I think the dirt road should start soon according to the maps and everything. We'll end up stopping eventually and airing down, take about 10 pounds out of each of the tyres to make things a bit more comfortable. If there's going to be 400k of dirt road, even if it is a highway, as it's called. We don't know what the conditions are going to be like. It could be corrugated to hell, who knows. I hope it isn't, because 400k's of that will just kill me. Alright, well, this is definitely where the dirt starts. 250k outside of Alice. Just going to jump out and air down now, and I'll see you in a bit. So as we made a quick stop here to air down the tyres, I spotted which I had never seen before and was not sure what they actually were, and they are camel melons. So apparently they're an introduced species and they look just like watermelons. So it was really quite weird to find those out in the middle of the outback on a barren stretch of desert. These melons just growing on the side of the road. Really quite strange. Beautiful scenery out here. Once again, I'm just gobsmacked by the Northern Territory. It's just so beautiful. Mountains around the rocky outcrops. They've got these beautiful colours of red. They're just amazing looking. And very unique looking rock as well. Definitely going to come back to the Northern Territory again now that I've been here and checked it out. It's just fantastic. Well, our journey's just going to continue on the Plenty Highway. We've got a cattle station coming up. I don't really want to fill up at this cattle station if I can avoid it. Mind you, I did fuel up before we left Alice. Working it out, I still had about 180k if I went all the way through to Boulia. Might just chuck 50 bucks in or something when we get to this station up here, and we'll just top it off just in case. Alright, well, it's time for us to get back on the road now. As it turns out, this next stretch of road, the next 300-400 kilometres, was quite unfortunately a little bit rough in places. It was a really interesting road though, and really interesting conditions. We went through sandy bottom, gravel, dirt road, mud holes, and all of that sort of within a kilometre, and you had about 400-500k of that. So it was quite an interesting drive, to say the very least. Not the most pleasurable. There were a lot of river crossings along the way. Before I mentioned I was going to have a look at wiki camps and see if I could find a place to camp, and all of those places looked like they were on the riverbeds. And as I drove past, a lot of them riverbeds were unfortunately really dry, and the campsites just looked like rock holes, and that was about it. So they weren't really that appetizing or, you know, enticing to actually pop in and take a look at. We did stop along the way on the way back to grab a bite to eat along the road. Unfortunately, as usual, following me was a million flies. Tell you what, you get the worst tease ever when you come to this stop here. about 10k from the border, you come to a bit of bitumen after about 260k of corrugations, and you go, oh, bitumen! And then it ends about 300 meters down there. Disappointing, massively disappointing. Tell you what, looking back at the Plenty Highway, it's going to be a bit of a love-hate relationship, I think. It's been fantastic in a lot of ways, but in a lot of other ways it's been just horrible. There's so many corrugations on it. It's so bumpy, so uneven with the quality of the road as well. You know, it's magnificent for about 10 k's and then it's an absolute cluster. So you just never know what you're going to get, which really does make things quite annoying. But by the same token, the scenery's just been magnificent. So where we are now is just about 10k outside the Queensland border. Just rustling up a quick feed. As usual, the flies are f***ing atrocious. Good God, they're so horrible. All right, well, we're going to continue on for the evening. It's about, what is it now? 5 o'clock, so it'll be dark in about an hour or so. So that was a very, very quick preparation of food and straight back in the truck so that we could get back on the road and get to Boulia as fast as we possibly could.